Hi everybody, I promised the paracord group that I would teach you guys how me and mom come up with this idea of a paracord cross with a bead that doesn't require any glue. That bead, it is not coming out, it's very secure, and it's secured by the paracord itself. So what you'll need is, well, scissors. Personally, I use a lighter because that's the only way I have figured out how to melt paracord so far. If you got a better way, put it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. Hopefully a way that's safer. Like I said, I do not recommend using a lighter. You'll also need 5 to 7 inches of paracord for the cord that goes down the middle. And you will need 2 pieces of 24-inch paracord. Now, if you have larger hands, because I know a lot of guys are into this hobby, you're probably going to need more than what I have because I've got small hands. So you may need up to 30 inches possibly where you can really grip that paracord. So without further ado, here's the video that I have been working on for, gosh, I think over a month because I had to get the right equipment and then figure out how to actually record myself knotting this paracord cross. So I hope you enjoy it, guys.
All right, take your long piece of paracord and make it where it's divided in half so that you have a loop at the top. From there, you just take it and make your snake knot. Like that. Make sure to leave that loop at the top. Now, instead of pulling it tight, what we're going to do is, you see how there's a little hole in the middle. We're going to take our short piece of paracord and just put through it. Doesn't matter how far you put it through, just put it through enough where you don't have to worry about it falling out. Make sure your loop is the size you want it, which mine is, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. Make sure it's good and tight. Now you're going to take this and pull it down just a touch, and this will be the back of your cross, because see how this comes up? It'll be the back. So, do the knot again. Make sure that you move this to the side, and then go right up through there. Now this will be the foundation for holding our bead. I like the crosses with just 2 snake tail knots at the top. I just think it looks better. So pull it good and tight. Switch it where you can see the front. See? Nice snake knot. Now what you're going to want to do is this part up here, you're going to pull it to right about there where you still got plenty down here. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this, guys, but the only way I know to do it as a newbie is to use a lighter and a little dish of water that I've got off camera. So you cut it good and flush, take your lighter, heat it up. I do not recommend using the lighter. I'm sure there's a better way, but I do not know a better way. Then put your hand in the dish, get a little bit of water on your hand, and just tap really quick. I mixed a little bit of glycerin in with mine, just where it would be sticky to my fingers, because I just figured it was a better idea. Maybe it'd help protect my fingers a little bit. Make sure that you've got a nice bead. I can put a link in the description to where I got mine that actually fits paracord. And that's the first part. So from there, you flip it over. Take your paracord. And actually, let's just do it the same way we did earlier, because that's probably going to be easier for people learning. Make a snake knot with a loop. Find that hole. Put your short piece through. Go ahead and put it through pretty good. Then we have to lay it down a little bit because just the weight of it is going to fall through. Now you see how I got this loop here? I don't want that loop, so I'm going to slowly work it. Slowly work it down, and actually see that right there messed up, so I've got to take it and pull it back through and move it over. There we go. Now as you can tell, this is going to be the back, because the back is going to have that showing through. Now we've got just a little tiny nub that kind of makes it look like a rattlesnake tail, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to do 4 knots. These 4 knots will actually look really good on this, and I'll give it a nice little rattlesnake tail look. Want to make sure to get those knots good and tight. Let me see. Yeah. These are really fun to make. Once you get it down pat, you can just sit there, watch TV with your family, and just enjoy playing with some paracord. I find it really relaxing. It can be a little tough on your hands, that is for sure. But it's one of those relaxing hobbies. Once you learn how to do it. All right, let me make sure I've got 4 knots and they're tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we know this is the back of the piece because of the way it's sticking out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it down and we're going to see if the back lines up with the back. And in this case, the back lines up with the back and the front lines up with the front. See how this goes over, under, over, under. Always pay attention to that because it'll definitely look better that way. So you want to pull it good and tight. Doesn't have to be too tight. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to snip it. Be careful not to snip the end of the tail. Just snip it sort of close. Take your lighter. Tap it, tap it, tap it. This is hot. I do not recommend doing it this way. I'm kind of hoping somebody in the comments will know a better way of doing that. All right, now we've got this. From there, you're just going to make 2 more snake knots on each side. So you just take it, go under. You want to make sure these are good and tight so that it holds it in place and looks really nice and the arms aren't like floppy on it. I always say it's best to wait until you finish the other side in case you need to undo one side to make it tighter. Got that. I'm just going to flip it over. Do this side real quick. And compression gloves will definitely help with this. I'm not wearing mine right now, but it definitely helps. Get this one through there. And like I said earlier, you can make the cord a little bit longer if you need to, but for me 24 inches seems to be the right length. All right, let's see if that's as tight as I want it. Oh, that's good. So then just snip it close. A lot of these pieces you can reuse for the centers to hold the beads. I'm gonna melt these down. Gonna melt that down. Like I said, this does get hot, so do not practice this at home, guys. Find a better way. There has to be the technology out there somewhere. Clip it and clip it. Be careful not to cut your actual paracord. I've done this enough that I can just pretty much gauge it. I don't know how many of these things I have actually made. Hopefully this will be the first recording that actually turns out right, because I've been trying to get this for the paracord group for a while. Because I know you guys are going to take this idea and probably come up with something even cooler. And there you go. You can see it's really sturdy cross. And just so beautiful. This is the front because you can see more of these parts are hidden, the burnt parts. But that's the finished cross.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll try, if you enjoyed this video, I'll try to show you some more paracord tips and tricks. I'm new to this, and I'm very new to actually recording what I'm doing with my hands. Took special equipment. Hope you guys liked it. Also, feel free to tune in on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for Random Mischief, where you can show off your fish tanks, pets, and hobbies. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.